Good evening, folks. This is uh, a post Kevin Adams firing edition of Touchdown Buffalo. We are here tonight to discuss the Adams being relieved of his duties, as well as cover the Bills Patriots game. Bills win 35-31. Touch on Mike Vrabel's comments. Fred Railing Taylor here, along with James and Mike, as usual. Gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening there, Fred.
Evening there.
James.
Of course, you can always follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and now Rumble. So this is not, somehow I lost my captions for what we were talking about, but gentlemen, it was reported through local media last week that Kevin Adams was going to be let go. There was winds about it via Paul Hamilton, I believe, a few other local sources from the Athletic. Your thoughts on the Kevin Adams firing? First off, James, we'll start with you.
Yeah, it's honestly long overdue. I mean, look at and clearly, this it didn't work out. Obviously, 5.5 years. The closest they ever got is in 2022-23 season with 9 points, and now point. And ever since then, it's been near the bottom. Like, I think you look at Kevin Adams here, it's like failed opportunity. He was brought in, with very little to no experience at all. From after, with the bottom situation, not to mention, he wasn't the most qualified candidate for the job. So he did as well as expected, for with very little experience. It's unfortunate. I don't think, I don't think, it's all his fault, but I think, it clearly wasn't heading in the right direction. And I think a lot of fans, including myself, were right for a change, so when I heard the news, yesterday, I don't think anybody was really surprised, to be honest with you. So that's my thoughts on it. And then one more thing is, my son is I lost my train of thought.
I think you were probably alluding to going to say thoughts and condolences to the Kekalinen family.
Oh, yeah,
Jarmo's dad passed away
Yeah.
over the weekend, so our thoughts and prayers are with his family and him.
Mike, obviously, I think we all share the same sentiment.
Yes. It was a tragic weekend. A lot of things at Brown University over in Australia. At Rob Reiner, tough weekend.
Yeah.
But if I'm the final analysis, Terry Pagula had no choice. Very simple. Kevin Adams had to go. It was probably 2 years too late. This is the fourth time Pagula has fired his GM since he bought the team in 2011. He canned Regier, Murray, and Bottarelli. Botarelli, whatever.
Bottarelli. This is a classic
From
line
what
from
I
Mike.
understand, Pagula loved working with Adams, and the feeling was mutual, but it couldn't last any longer. And I think people really got frustrated this year too. He couldn't handle the 3 goalie situation. They kept 3 goalies around. You can't have that. Then there was a case. It sounded like Ruff was really mad last week when Adams sent that one guy down to Rochester and back Oakland or what's Osland. And then the thing with the negotiations with Talk, seem to be going nowhere right now. And everybody knew when they brought this guy in from Columbus, he's got a good reputation. He was going to be the guy, at some point taking over the team,
Yeah, I don't doubt. I think obviously, when they brought Kevin as a senior advisor, you knew Kevin Adams was on borrowed time.
I think though what's going to happen. I mean, he did say today that everybody's going to be evaluated. I would not be surprised. Where's Tortorella now? Is he?
He's not
back on. He's back on TV
Don't
analyzing.
be surprised if he's coaching the Sabres. He's got a good rapport with this GM. Tortorella was in Buffalo. I like his fire. I like his,
Gentlemen, this has been so long overdue. that the past year couldn't come quick enough
No.
to
Yeah.
cover his.
Hold on,
his,
Fred. I remember this. Shit, he's gone. No, what? I hear like that's a sign. Like
Yeah.
the Hall
Hall
and
and
Oates
Oates.
sign.
Let's not forget, gentlemen, we were talking on a podcast between the
15
two of us
years.
a couple episodes ago that after last season, his ass should have been gone.
Well, if you remember, it's hard to believe that Adams did nothing during that 13-game losing streak last year.
Yeah, bottom
You know,
line.
nothing. No waiver claims, no demotions, no guys put on waivers, no trades. You know, yeah, it's terrible. You go on a 13-game
Yeah,
losing streak.
and they should have been fired then. I think that
Yeah.
was the biggest thing. With like after the should have. And a lot of fans were, a lot of fans were upset that with that, and then also the palm trees comment he made
Oh,
trade,
taxes, palm trees.
which it's obviously true. I'm not saying it's not
Yeah.
true, but for him, it soured the
Yeah.
fan base. It soured the fan base to the point of. I mean, I think obviously for us, we were getting sick of watching because, to be honest with you, I think that, watching. So I think it's finally doing. I'm glad they did it. Obviously with Yarmo in charge, I think Yarmo in charge is a upgrade over Kevin Adams. An upgrade over Kevin Adams.
Well,
So-
what do you guys think is going to happen with the goaltending? Ellis is going to come back? They like Ellis a lot. I could see Upa.
Yeah, this 3-goal rotation has been horrible. You look at, what is like it never works out with 3 goaltenders. And I think they like Colton. I was like, obviously think he had to do it for injury reasons.
I'm actually surprised too that Adams didn't get rid of any of Lindy's assistant coaches. Coming back, that defensive coach is terrible.
Yeah,
Owen Powers is like.
I think obviously
I was really surprised last year, at the end of the year, they didn't sack those guys. That Ruff, because wasn't Ruff inherited them?
Yeah, I agree. Well, I agree. Come back. So this kind of brings. I mean, obviously, I know Fred's the host here. So
What the hell is he doing? He's sitting here smiling.
Because I'm listening to all of it and all of it's true. I mean, let's be frank here. I'm gonna go back to when the Athletic did a piece on how Kevin Evans got the job.
Cheap.
Well, yes, cheap, and the people he fired to step over them and become the GM of the Sabres 5 years ago. Let's be clear. Adams did, give Adams credit where credit's due. He did trade for some good players. He did retain a lot of the core pieces. This, like a Tage Thompson, Erasmus Dahlin, Owen Power, and a few other things. But where this goes back to the old adage of the 17-year Bills playoff drought, where again you had talented pieces on a roster, but you had no culture and no team. And this is the same thing with the Sabres. Unfolding 14 years straight, going on maybe year 15. Well, we got a lot of season left, but this is where I've been saying this for a long time. The Sabres have lacked any GM experience, which they should have done after Murray. They should have done after.
Well, definitely after Botterill, because
After Botterill, and this is the third GM in franchise history who actually has prior general manager
Was
experience.
Bowman the last one?
Yeah,
Bowman was the last
46
They
years old.
mentioned today about Muckler, but Muckler was a coach.
one. Yes,
That's
He
what. Yeah,
wasn't a GM before he was with the Sabres. And if you remember in that tenure with Muckler, him and Dolan did not get along. I can remember when they beat Ottawa in the playoffs when at Game 7 there with Derek Plant scoring the winner.
Yeah.
Muckler looked pissed off.
yeah.
And they both were gone at the end of the.
Yeah, but I don't, not to the same extent, but it felt like the toxic, and the big thing is they didn't retain Adams.
I think being a GM in Buffalo is a tough thing too. I know when we talk about the Bills, we could talk about Bean, and he's under the gun for the roster too.
And
You know.
the one thing you can say Brandon Bean has done that Kevin hasn't done is actually build a playoff roster.
Yeah, we have.
Let's be frank
Well,
here.
there's a point I want to talk to you about that. We're not on the Bills yet because Bean made a comment about that, and McDermott it made it interesting. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about them.
I'm getting tired of the Sabre.
Well, yeah, the shit count is at -1 today because the slate is wiped clean, and let's be honest with you, Terry deserves not to be absolved from this peer because he's run this team for 14 years, and he deserves all the criticism world and all the sell the team chance because you put on ice that's soft, and your front office was soft. And not say will give Jason Carmichael's credit for putting up a decent team in Rochester, hiring Michael Leone. The only question now that you talked about is coaching. Will Lindy be gone? It's not a rule. It's not a realm out of possibility that he will or won't. I'm not looking for him to be. We can, but at the same time, this is a whole.
He's in the final year of his contract.
Yes, he's in the final year, but I don't think my personal opinion, I don't think letting go of Ruff or anything at this point will do any good.
We got coming up, guys, too. December 19th coming up. There's a moratorium on no movement with trades or firings.
And your good boy Andrew Peters, I was listening to his show this afternoon. He was so happy that Kevin Adams was gone, and he felt like for the first time in a long time he became a Sabre fan again. I think this is because as he's been connected to this team for such a long time, from him being a player to working through that organization and being a TV host and being on WGR, and God bless him. I know Dwayne Stencil from Two Goalies and a Mic came out with a pod, said a secret anonymous burner account that.
Okay, Fred, this is for you, buddy. The good old days. This last playoffs, gentlemen.
That was 2000. That was 5 years.
That's a little bit of over exaggeration, Mike. But
I gotta add something to the show.
How about a couple hot dogs from Racing? That's what I would say.
No, but quickly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think everything has to be looked at. I mean,
you got it.
I don't. I mean, I don't. It's not. I mean, the coach staff. I think Keckeline's press conference. So let's quickly talk about the press conference there. So I think the biggest thing, obviously, a couple of takes that I have from the press conference. Obviously, what talent is character. The big thing, like Ray, if I was like, what's your character? I think that's what sort of character you see from this team.
Hard work and dedication and character. That's the biggest thing with this team. They have all the talent work, but there's no bite. I would say not everybody doesn't have character, but there's certain players on this team that lack character and lack.
So obviously,
toughness too.
So if you look at like we asked about Roger speaking himself, he's talked day to day, but you're going to evaluate everything. So
I think that's what we're all saying. That's what he said. That he's going to evaluate everything. But he also said, Mike, that he has ideas in mind, which is nice to hear from a GM that's had a head start with this organization for 7
months. Let me give you. He's traded names like Nick Foligno, Seth Jones, Marian Gaborik, Cam Atkinson, Max Domi, and Brendan Saad. He let goalie Sergei Borodsky go in the 2019 free agent, but he stunned the hockey world with his free agent signing of the late Johnny Gaudreau.
Yes.
To a 7-year, $69 million contract.
Which at the time, no one saw that coming.
No,
I think
shocked.
And that's the type of moves that we expect from that line. It's like, so obviously this clear this man has a plan for what he wants to do. We've seen it in Columbus. He's more than willing to make the hard decisions, where Kevin Adams unfortunately wasn't able to do. And I think lacked the ability to. So for a guy, I mean, is Keckline, Was he the race? I'm not, but this guy was a Lemire solid GM. He knew what it take to make bold moves. So
Yeah.
to me, this is the type of leadership that we need, and Yarmo's going to bring it.
Touchdown Buffalo again. This is Fred, James, and Mike.
Yep.
Live here in Orchard Park.
Home of the Bills.
Home of the Bills.
The new stadium the new stadium is coming faster. You think here?
Had a fire the other day at it.
That was
They had a
one of
little
those.
fire.
Yeah, a little fire with
one of
it.
those fans. It was a fan that burst,
I
but
think we should do Bills talk. Right?
yes.
Let's
So
wrap it. I'll let you wrap it up
so
on the Bills.
I think a lot of points quickly made. Of course.
Oh wait, hold on here, Fred. It looks like you got a lot of old notes on your show pod here.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the old notes. They're not popping up. You're trying to do this on the pitch.
Let us talk more.
If I could talk more between you two, that's why I should have Andrew host for one night and let me
I haven't
vent.
seen him. I haven't seen him once.
Well, get a hold of him, Mike. What are you
Have his
doing?
number.
Yeah, have his number. Say get on the show. No, I kid, but if you
Hey,
want to
Kruger,
join.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the Bills comeback
Oh,
win.
boy.
The third comeback win this season against the Pats.
The only thing that I'm concerned with the Bills, I don't know, they don't start fast. It's like
No,
I
you have them
don't
start
know
fast.
what's
Mike,
going on.
when have they ever started
No,
fast?
but it's like
Wait, when did we ever start fast?
Yeah. It's like
Slim
you
fast.
can't wait until the third, fourth quarter, and but I think they showed the Patriots not so fast. Number one, the Patriots were on a 10-game winning streak. They didn't beat anybody, but they did got a show going on.
Yeah.
Always a sports show.
Wait a minute,
We're always talking
We're
sports.
always talking. But they beat us at home. But I think we had to show the Patriots were still the team to beat. And
It's a
Drake May's not in the Josh Allen MVP.
He's
thing.
good. I mean,
And,
the second half was his
yeah.
chance to show it.
Yeah, but you know what though? Buffalo made some adjustments at halftime, with the exception of that long run on us that we. Gave up.
That was that almost
But
could.
the concern with me is still lack of production from our wide receivers, which Bean has not helped us at all. I was looking at the stats, James.
Yeah.
And Fred. Shakir had 5 catches. The only other receiver with a catch that game, New England, was Palmer.
They had a couple. They tried a couple.
Palmer had 1.
I know, but they had
the other guy dropped. The other guy dropped a bomb in the first series from the Bills. The guy Cooks.
Yeah, Brandon Cooks. But it was a
But they
defense.
are using the tight ends more. The 3 of them, Knox, Kincaid, and Hawes, and they are using the backs out of the backfield more. I just wish they'd stop running that bubble screen more than 6 times a game.
They come. I don't. I think I don't mind.
People were complaining that last year and previous years that they couldn't run a bubble screen.
But,
I mean,
so
what you want me to say?
You mentioned Bean made a comment a couple months before the trade deadline, or right after the trade deadline. They asked about this being a Super Bowl roster, and he said yes. And then they asked McDermott about that, and he said, "I love the guys in our room." He didn't comment on it being. I don't think our roster. I don't think our roster is a playoff roster. Am I concerned with the defense? Yes, the defense. There's so many holes in that defense.
It's been banged up all year.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, guys, they're paying. Look at all those 5 guys that got extensions.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay. Cook, people were, even you 2 guys were telling me, oh, maybe we should re-sign Cook. They need Cook. What Cook's doing?
Yeah.
Greg Rousseau is on a milk carton. I haven't found him. I haven't found him in months.
Yeah.
Look what Bernard, another guy. He's too small. Always hurt. Finally, the defensive back has been playing good, Bedford, but he is injury prone. I'm just concerned with the guys up front, except for Bosa.
Yeah.
Guys up front. Well, that rookie from
TJ Sanders.
no, not Sanders.
Deion Walker.
Yes.
Deion
he's
Walker's
playing
really
good.
Let's be honest here. Technically, when they drafted Terrell Bernard, he was considered more of a Milano type.
Milano had a good game the other day.
He did. He did. Now, I will say this. This will be an early prediction. I keep saying this. I think Milano will be gone by the end of this.
Milano's gone. His contract's up.
But when you see Shaq Thompson play, even though he's up there,
36.
he's not. I think he's 33. But regardless of the age gap, he plays a more physical style, which the Bills sorely lacking at linebacker position. Terrell Bernard is more of that. What Milano is.
They got to find a see. See, the thing is too, Jordan Poyer is filling in back there because I was not happy with Rapp at all. Not happy with Rapp at all. Cole Bishop has gotten better when he's been playing with Poyer. Tre'Davious White had a good game the other day. Now, when they played Diggs the first time here, Diggs killed us. White couldn't stay with him at all.
He's up there in age, and
no. But Hairston,
White.
What hurt Hairston this year was missing the first half of the year. With that knee injury.
I think the same thing could be said with Rapp. Why he's out is because he was dealing with a knee injury.
But I'm not been a big fan of Rapp at all.
No, I don't. Not especially not this year. But I look at the whole AFC. I don't see one team that really scared.
No,
you see. I don't.
Denver. I don't know how the hell they're doing it.
Denver's actually a pretty good team.
As Adam Shine said, there's a lot of fraud teams. New England showed it the other day. I tell you right now, though, a team you got to watch out for. Jacksonville. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but
the coach team was good.
They're playing tremendous.
They're
football.
playing. But again,
Houston scares me with that defense. They showed us.
Houston, yes. Houston would be one of the teams I would not want to face in the first round of the AFC playoffs.
I don't think any team.
Let's hope Pittsburgh plays Buffalo again.
I mean, you have to give what Houston's defense did against us and what they continue to do. And they're not blitzing all the time.
Yeah, but you know what, though, guys? If you were that Houston game, and the same thing happened when we played Atlanta, we didn't ship guys off. We knew they had rushers on the edge.
Oh, exactly.
We didn't ship them, And actually, I hate to say it, and I know he's a popular guy, but I have not been too happy with Dion this season. He looks fatter, and when he missed the game against Pittsburgh, the line really played well.
Yeah, I'm tired.
They ran for what, 260?
Can I say, Mike, I'm so tired of Dion penalties every single game. I know you're old in the tooth, Dion, at this point, but seriously, you've been here long enough to know to not take penalties. That drives me crazy.
I think they got to make a big decision. They got to make a decision next year at the center spot because McGovern. I like McGovern, and he's played well, but he's a free agent. Connor McGovern.
If I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a weird year for our offensive line. I think teams have figured out how to penetrate our offensive line. And I know we've made adjustments, but there's still Josh shouldn't have to be getting sacked like that constantly. I mean, so I think it's a combination of teams figuring out how to attack our offensive line. And I think some players have been hurt and taken to make costly penalties to set us up in these situations.
I'm going to be critical for the Bills. I think their strength and conditioning and training staff has something to be desired. More guys are getting hurt.
They just changed it though too. So
yeah, but they're getting more guys hurt, even guys at practice. Something's going on. They wanted to get Dalton Kincaid stronger. He's hurt again.
The turf. It's got to be the turf. We're in a new turf.
So I think it's going back to
no, Jim. They're getting guys hurt at practice.
Well, yes,
yeah, I know that. But
I think even on game day too, it's like I think the new stadium holds out. I hope the natural grass will solve a lot of these issues.
But
since you like this, always stop it. Interrupting me. I will use my previous title. Stop interrupting me when I'm making a point.
What's the point?
Stop interrupting when I'm trying to finish a point. All right, jump in, Skip Bayless.
All right. So obviously, yeah. But I was going to make a point about with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes and
two ACL torn.
Mike Parsons, two ACL torn.
Parsons was non-contact.
Yeah, both were not.
Both were
no. He got Mahomes got hit from behind.
Yeah, he did there. But I don't. But going back to the Chiefs are not going to make the playoffs. The Ravens, I don't think are going to make the playoffs.
Who?
The Ravens.
The Ravens are right. They got to play the Steelers this week, I think.
No, I think they're playing.
Definitely Cincinnati.
They're playing the
Oh yeah, they
Patriots.
got to beat them.
Definitely Cincinnati's not making the playoffs.
Well, there's a case too. Joe Burrow wants out of Cincinnati, and I heard a couple teams, one team that really wants him, but I don't know how they're going to afford him. Minnesota.
Where do you hear that rumor? I didn't
No,
hear.
I heard it yesterday. I think they listed 3 teams for Joe Burrow: Minnesota, the Rams, because they think Stafford might retire soon, and San Francisco.
Wow, you're.
I could see
No,
it.
but
I
I'm
could
like,
see it, Mike.
but yeah,
Purdy's
but,
always hurt, and there's a reason why Brock Purdy was the last player picked in the draft. How about Miami? They're talking now about Tua. Not
Wait a minute.
That needs to be over and done with.
Should they fire McDaniel?
He's gone. McDaniel will be gone.
McDaniel or whatever you want to call him.
If you look at that 4-game winning streak that they had,
Yeah,
they
I'm
beat
saying.
New Orleans, Atlanta,
they
the
were-
Jets.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
People got excited.
I don't think they were making the playoffs anyway. I mean, I was looking to see them like wait,
No, they were officially eliminated last night.
It's
Yeah,
not too a
They're
time
right now,
anymore.
they're 6. They're 6.
same
and
record as the Chiefs.
6 and 8.
And how the heck did Miami beat us again?
Well, we didn't show up.
Of course we didn't show up.
Didn't show up.
Atlanta and Miami drive me crazy.
And in New England game at home, we should have been all over them.
It was a close game, I will say.
Yeah,
that.
but we turned the ball over 3 times, gave him 10 points, and Diggs caught about 10 passes on us for 200 yards.
Yeah, so that's not.
Diggs had 3 catches the
I
other day for
wouldn't-
25 yards.
Yeah, but I would say this as far as I think there's not too many teams that scare me in the NFC here. So, yeah. So to me, I think again, can the Bills defense play healthy? And can an offense, the run, because we've seen it with the run games going, it's good, but when it doesn't,
What do you think in the off season we have to go after a wide receiver?
of course, I
We
mean,
have to.
Via the draft
I
or
still
trade.
think-
Jefferson, but you got to bring in a veteran number 1 guy. You know what? A guy like Justin Jefferson, if I'd have to give up 2 number 1s for him,
I agree. I mean, I'm not
do it.
disagreeing, but I mean,
And you know what? If Cincinnati is blowing up that dumpster, a guy like T. Higgins,
yeah, man, Mike is throwing out like man.
or how about the guy? He's a free agent. The guy Dallas Pickens,
Pickens again? Or
but because they already given C.D. Lamb big money.
oh man, we are adding fuel to the fire. That's what we do on the show, Mike.
Hey, I'm going to be GM. I'm going to. What do you do with the coordinators? Do you bring back Banish? Do you bring back?
I can't.
Do you bring back Brady?
I don't. No, you don't bring back Brady. Brent wants to talk on his show here.
Fred, talk.
I can't anymore. I have to have a little fun. All right.
It's the Fred show. Let's have him talk.
No, it's okay, guys. It's like
When will Mike
Wait.
and James stop talking? What? Is that
Never.
you?
Yeah.
I'll answer that. Never. Oh, Saber shitless. So what's
Oh,
so let's go on the Saber shit list again. Since this is gonna be a nice segment for this. Who's on your Saber shit list right now after the Kevin Adams fire? And let's
Who's
start.
on my shit list? Owen Powers. It sucks. Owen Powers sucks.
Keep going, Mike. You have any other ideas?
Oopa. See ya.
Jimmy, who's on your Saber shit list and why?
Sabretooth. Doesn't get the crowd fired up.
darn? So
Come on, Jim.
I really I think so I'm gonna name a couple not power here, but I'm gonna I'm the coaching staff of the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously we know Liddy Ruff retained, but with Keckle line, I think I'm gonna just see what changes are gonna be made here. So we like Seth Bafford, move possibly the defensive coach there. Who's the defensive coach again? Mike Wolford, yeah.
Marty Wolf.
What is Appert's role with the Sabres?
He's
Oh,
a
assistant
power
coach.
play coach. Power play has gotten better. I will say that.
I mean,
this year,
so
but
I
would you uncover your head because I can't see your pretty face.
Oh, who, me or
Yeah,
him?
you. Keep going.
So obviously the shit list I'm kind of basing off, kind of like the comp. It's we already know Kevin Lentz is gone, so he doesn't qualify on the shit list anymore.
Yeah, you can X that name off the shit list because he doesn't qualify.
So And then